The kind of the big difference for me, or how it feels sort of separate from the other stuff, is that kind of came about as an accident in that the original idea was I wanted to record songs where it was kind of like a traditional setup with bass, drums, guitar, and singing, and I would play all of that stuff. And then the original plan was to sort of abstract all of that and try to make it into something new. But as we were working on this stuff, my friend Josh from Animal Collective flew here to Lisbon, or there to Lisbon, to record this stuff with me. And we just kind of started to like the way that the songs were just kind of plain like that. So we just sort of left them like that. But that to me is sort of the most striking difference, or what separates it from a lot of the other stuff that I've done, is it does kind of feel sort of plain Jane in a way. I just think it's fun more than anything. I think it's you find yourself in unexpected places. You make stuff that maybe you wouldn't make on your own, and also having to navigate different people's perspective on the thing, I think, is really cool. And in the same way that traveling, I feel like, taught me lessons that I wouldn't have learned any other way. I think collaborating with other people teaches me stuff about my own sort of method and my own techniques that I wouldn't have figured out any other way. Usually I'll go there and we'll kind of spend 2-3 weeks if it's before a tour, or if we're writing or recording or something. We always have to spend a bunch of time together just kind of hammering things out and figuring stuff out, because you can send stuff to each other and kind of piece it together, but something happens when you're in the same room together making sound, and you kind of hear things in different ways, or you notice things that work or don't work in ways that it's harder to kind of figure out if you're just trading files online. So usually we'll get together and spend a couple weeks. The other guys are kind of, I should say, I feel like I developed a good work ethic because of mostly Dave and Brian, although Josh is no slouch, but those guys are real pedal to the metal workers. So it's usually pretty full on when we do practices. The same thing as always, just that it's kind of like this magic thing that can change your mood or change your day, or that's on the listening side. But on the making it side, it's kind of like it's kind of become a thing that just sort of gets me from day to day. It almost feels like if I stopped doing it, I would die somehow, because it's just been like such a constant part of my life, and it's kind of a way that I feel like I prove that I have value to myself in a way. Like if I'm not doing this thing, I feel like I have no purpose, kind of. So for me, it's kind of like eating at this point. Thank you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you. It was really good.